is now my very special pleasure to introduce our next speaker, which is Melissa Martin, Mel. Mel is a Florida attorney and a Florida native. She earned a Bachelor of Science degree from the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis. She earned a law degree from Barry University School of Law. In 2014, she retired as a Marine Corps judge advocate. She did teach at Barry Law as an Adjunct Law Professor on subjects of water pollution, law, and environmental ethics. And certainly worth highlighting, Mel is one of the two primary drafters of our amendment, and she is also serving as our campaign coordinator. Mel, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joe. When you first said very special guest, I was like, did Erin hop back on?
No.
And for those of you who may have joined us a little late, she was there at the very beginning, but then had to leave and was unable to jump back on. So if she does not come back on during the extent of my comments, then that will give us plenty of leverage to ensure that she makes a Florida trip in the near future. So guilt leverage. Anyway, so I don't know about you, but just this last hour, I've been going through an emotional roller coaster, to be quite honest. The details of insights and stories and facts and figures and looking at what and remembering what Florida used to be like. It's soul wrenching. It wrenches my soul. And I wanted to impart the fact that I think and I feel that we are all very connected on this visceral level as Floridians, as humans, to be honest, as people who understand and appreciate nature. And I believe that this is not just, this event was kind of entitled an all call to action, and we've used the term a watershed moment. This is important stuff. Everyone needs to get on board. But especially after tonight's comments, I feel that there's a 911 aspect to this, what this really is. And I appreciate Beam's comments as well. I see the issue as a box. The system itself is a box of not chocolates, but a system of laws that sound great and look great on paper. And you have good people in place as public officials in the regulatory agencies. There are really good people everywhere and doing their best. The problem is the laws themselves. Why? The laws aren't detailed enough at the high enough levels they need to be effective. So you really have a political issue where if the culture is not ripe for environmental protection, they don't have to, by law or anything, they don't have to protect the environment. Okay, so it's right now a very politically dependent system. And unfortunately, our politics aren't necessarily dependent on facts or evidence, but rather, as we unfortunately know, the power of money. So that's where we are. And that's the box, right? That's not to say keep fighting and keep working within the box. It needs to happen. But at the same time, we all need to understand if we care about what we all care about, then we need to think outside the box and do what is necessary, what is imperative to do if we are serious about protecting and saving Florida. Okay, so that's the bottom line here. We all know what needs to happen. So let me talk real quick on how we can make this happen together. Of course, the first thing is sign and send in your petition, please. not just you, but every registered Florida voter in your reach. your family, your friends, people on your network, your circles, your colleagues, people that go to church with you, that your neighbors, walk around your neighborhood and say, hey, did you sign this yet? Those are the types of actions when you're talking about the scale that we're starting to see, that need to happen. And that would be nice if that was just enough. But in addition to that, we need to have people support in whatever way they can. Now that can be, if you're not working your full-time job with lots of kids to take care of, and you have time on your hands, you can sign up to volunteer. And there's a wide array of different types of volunteer opportunities out there for everyone who wants to do something. The first step, of course, is to register as part of the campaign, and we'll hook up with you and explain what your opportunities are, what your options are. And whether or not you can do that, there's always the option to also donate with whatever you're able to as well. So understanding what this is probably the first step for everyone. It is, like I said, I use the word imperative. It is truly an imperative that we all take this to heart, on a serious level, and relay that to people that we care about and who have like minds, like hearts for Florida. Okay, and treat this for what it really is. It should be our first priority, no matter what your mission or occupation, your job, whatever you might be doing with your time these days. Kind of ask yourself, what is more important right now than fixing Florida's system to ensure that the state can be held accountable for its actions with regard to our waters? What could possibly be more important than that? When water equals life, what could be more important than that? Okay, and that is the theme that I received from you all today, and then I'm putting it up in a little package and giving back to you. What could possibly be more important right now? So please relay that to your friends and neighbors and family, and let's get this together. David has a good comment to be bold. Because really, this is a crossroads. This is really the only way forward for the effective systemic change that we need. Okay. There are plenty of more details to get into, but there's a lot of information on the website. Probably too much information, but we are all here to answer questions, to set up presentations or meetings with your board of directors or whomever. So don't be shy. Let us know how we can help you in whatever capacity you think you'll be able to help, but please help, bottom line. So I'll give it back to Joe, and I think that we have a little time for some Q&A.
We do, but we're already 15 minutes past what we really should do. I'm not going to ask our speakers to stay on any longer if they have other things to get to. It's very understandable. Thank you very much for being here tonight, speaking with your expertise and with your passion. A lot of great testimony. Thank you.